maybe I should stand up to record today, but I think I've decided that I'm not going to. It's been a long day, so
We're both very tired.
yeah, yeah. Just so you just we're about to actually. I mean, we're live right now, but we're gonna start the recording part of this where where I have like a dead marker for the start of the show. But
Hmm.
um,
I do have to walk like a mile every day.
that's not bad. You should you
Yeah,
should get you should get one of those you should get one of those smartwatches or whatever. Then you can record your
dude,
then you
I'm
can
not getting a smartwatch.
yeah, but then you can tell everybody how many steps you've walked because
Your phone will tell you how many steps you walked
that's fair.
without being like, I think you're having a heart attack. I'm like, no, I'm just fat. How do we how do we turn that off? Yeah.
It never turns off.
What
That
if
is
you're
that
stressed? You're like, I'm beating off. Leave me alone.
you've watched those Apple announcement videos before, like one in like 12 of the people that they have doing their the Apple announcements is of our particular girth or size, and it's because she's pregnant.
Get Chrissy's ass up here. That fat bitch from HR. Yeah. Do some jumping jacks, Chrissy. Apple Watch isn't telling her she's dying. Go buy one. She is dying. It's just not telling her.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We want to ease you into the darkness, not a frantic panic.
Uh, how many steps have I taken today? Oh, that's weird. It's only in the double digits.
You don't take steps. You have a Segway. Oh,
You have
that's right,
climbed
I
this.
do.
How have I only climbed the stairs 1.5 times?
Dude, and where I work now, they treat it like a prison complex. There's turnstiles and fucking gates and shit, and they're
Yeah.
like steps up. You're like, God damn it. And then, like, I'll look at him like, don't mouth breathe.
Did you run over here, Zach? I briskly walked.
I guess you could qualify running across the lines where traffic is. Kind of, pick it up when that comes around.
I thought.
Other than that, no, I slowed down to
I thought.
like a plane coming in for a descent.
I was a look. Sometimes when I'm
And
on
I've lost
approach,
weight. I don't think I was in shape when came out of my mother. I was just like,
look, rounds of shape. Rounds of
gravity.
shape.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Gravity's been fighting against me. That's why I love John Mayer. I relate to that song.
And even when he talks, it's very it's very breathy.
Little autistic.
Oh, he's a good dude though. I like John Mayer.
John Mayer's good. He's had his moments of like, John, don't go any further. He's good.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, I think he is one of the best guitar players alive, if not
he's
best.
Fantastic. Him of I guess our generation, even though your generation is X, or no, your generation is millennial or whatever, and mine's X.
Elder millennial.
There you go.
I think they call it like millennial X or X millennial, whatever it's called.
Yeah, but John Mayer and Matthew Sweet are two of the greatest guitarists, I think, of this generation.
If I had a genie's lamp, one of my wishes would be let me have John Mayer's musical talent.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And fantastic songwriter,
Yeah, absolutely. Even when he went to like weird stuff, like something like Olivia, that whole album that he had, that was still like awesome. You're like, I didn't know I like folk music this much. Like,
yeah, he's good.
John Mayer did it, so now you do.
He's good. I don't know what episode this is going to be. I guess this is going to be special episode 70. That's what this will be.
Special episode 70.
Special episode 70. So
that feels like a Marvel secret.
That's right. It's on the opposite side.
That's what Tony Stark took out of the vault when he met his dad. It
This
wasn't
is
the Tesseract. It was special episode 60, 70.
this
Could have been 60. I
this
was
will
there for that
be
one too.
this will you'll find this on our B tracks.
Yeah. Flip us over, play us in reverse. Bunch of satanic stuff.
That's right. Play play it in reverse with Yellow Submarine
down.
in the background.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
Or
Slow-
speed it up. Play us like a 45. Yeah.
3 times bad. Just 3 times fast.
Wow, wow, wow. I can't remember how many my record player goes. I do have one.
We still get 100% if you listen to the entire episode. Even if you listen to it 3 times speed, we still get 100% listenership on that. So just do that. So
yeah.
All right, you ready to start? I'll start. Where are we at? 5.
I'm already up and
6
running.
minutes.
Put a quarter in my butt. Let's get this party farted.
All right, people watching on YouTube and Twitch, we appreciate the viewership. We're gonna record our shorts episode or special episode number 70. So here we go. Welcome, Nothingers, to another episode of the All About Nothing podcast. This is episode number shorts episode 70, and we are less than a week out from the election. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch. Also, we'll probably release this on Saturday for people that didn't get to watch it live. I am Barrett Gruber.
I am Zach King. We
There
are
it is.
we are 2 months and 1/8 days away from a regime change, right?
Something like that. That count is accurate enough for me.
Yeah, don't start. If you fraction up a month, I don't know if it's an 8th because January 6th.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Right. Please subscribe and share the show. That's how we get new listeners. Also, if you could, please consider supporting the show financially by visiting our website and clicking on the support link. And if you can't do that, drop us a review, hit the 5 stars, give us a thumbs up, or leave a comment. All of that helps drive us higher up in all of these show ratings on these podcast platforms. As well, if you're watching us on YouTube or you just happen to stumble across, please subscribe to the show. You can hit the little notification bell and it'll tell you when we go live and when we drop a new episode. So,
And I didn't frost these tips. So
No.
go back to old episodes and see that Zach actually committed and had all blonde hair.
not that old of episodes. Your
No,
hair
not
grows
even that old.
quick.
It does.
Your
And
hair grows quick.
I'm trying to get rid of it so I don't have any more NSYNC vibes going on. Like Shelby at the haunt was like, I see you're trying to bring frosted tips back. Good for you. And I said, time out. I wouldn't purposely do this.
How frosted the tips have to be, and or like what is the cutoff point on length when it's no longer tips?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's more aggressive than tips.
Yeah, like it's not even tips. It's not just the tip. It's the whole thing. I did the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing was done. And if like he said, go back to look at episodes in July, because that's, I think your coming out party for the blonde hair was, I guess it was the first recording at for the live episode that we did
rooftop.
for the rooftop over there.
Hendrix.
Hendrix, thank you, because I wish my memory was better. I kept wanting to say
We're both
transmission,
tired
but
going
that
like
was, yeah.
Yeah, we went there and met awesome people who, like the owner, John, that's his name. I don't remember his last name. I want to have him on. He was a fucking great guy.
Yeah. Also, let's see. The episode that we dropped this week was with Carl Smith, who was the organizer for the voter education project, which I would think would be in full swing right now with, I guess, as of this recording, 6 days till election. He was very interesting. His second half of his episode will drop on Monday, the day before the election.
And I'll listen to that one because that's the part I wasn't able to stay around for.
Zach had to take a leave of absence after our first hour of recording. I enjoyed the conversation with Carl, but and it's not awful getting 2 hours of episodes out of a recording. It certainly is appreciated when a guest wants to talk to us as long as they do. And
he had a lot of awesome things to say.
Yeah, people seem to have
prior obligations.
People seem to have a good time coming on our show. So, we appreciate them. We do have some. I have some guests planned for our election night or post election night recap that we'll be doing next week, and we'll go live with that. Uh, it's we and I won't announce it just yet. I'll just say, stay tuned. I'll put out an announcement on our social media about
I'll
that.
say it. It's Pamela Anderson. Okay, it's not.
No, no, but Tommy Lee, Tommy Lee. I didn't get that right, did I?
No, it
Tommy
is Tommy Lee. He's
Tommy
just the
Lee,
worst
yeah.
one. We want Tommy Lee Jones.
I
I'll tell you
would-
what, Squirt. Vote for Kamala Harris. All right.
So one thing I did want to bring up is that early voting across the country has, I think, as of this morning, we are the country nationwide. More than 50 million people have voted early. That is like a quarter of the number of people that voted in the 2020 election.
Will they hold
And
off to tell us who they voted for?
the individuals or yeah. So
No, I'm talking about
most
like who's winning. Like, all right,
yeah.
so early voting's in.
Yeah, there's no most states don't actually allow for the voting of those early ballots or mail-in ballots or absentee ballots. They don't get to actually start counting those until the day of the election. Well, I take that back. I keep
It
hearing
would
that
save a lot of
Pennsylvania,
time.
it'd save a ton of time. But I think part of the issue is that you wind up having
Assholes burn
if
your ballot boxes.
yeah, that's happening. But I think part of the problem with starting to release like any early counts is that it would probably put both presidential campaigns into a tailspin. Like I think that they would just freak out.
And my problem is like I need to know to either start preparing for the resistance or preparing to take a deep breath and calming down a little bit.
Yeah, I still go back to this idea, and we'll talk about the early voting in South Carolina in a minute, but I still go back to this idea. First of all, polling is inaccurate. Polling is a snapshot in time of a very small sample of the public, and the polling that is done it's not only just registered voters, but it's broken down into likely voters, unlike or registered voters versus likely voters, because those are two completely different groups. Registered voters, of course, includes likely voters, but registered voters doesn't include the people that register to the DMV and have zero intent of ever showing up. They'll
Right.
have an opinion on Facebook, but they won't show up for the election.
Those are the
Um,
people who think voting is pointless.
yeah, and I I don't think that voting is pointless. I think, living in South Carolina, I think that it's possible to make a difference in, or at least give some idea of a message about, South Carolina being prepared to maybe change leadership. But, uh, you know, Matt's campaign is not hard. I mean, Matt's campaign is not easy. It is extremely difficult. The amount of support that that his opponent's campaign is getting from other elected Republicans is you don't see a lot of that when it comes to the ground level local politics with other Democrat. You see it with the candidates. You see it with the candidates supporting each other. But as far as like candidates that are already in office, or ones that have, basically, they're running their own campaign, but if they're already in office, you don't, and it might just be me. I'm not speaking for every candidate, but it doesn't seem like there is the same level of support being offered to candidates that are running for their first time or for their second time for an office that I mean, in Matt's case, it's an open seat, and it could potentially be won by either of them. But I see uh, seasoned politicians and state representatives and statewide representatives for um, other, treasurer, whatever, that have come out in support of Matt's opponent, and I don't fault them for it. I think that there is a level of desperation to that, just because you don't normally see it, and it to me it speaks that there might be some concern that Matt might be. uh, We might be pulling this off. That Matt might see his name on the returns as having the higher number of votes,
I'd love to see
which
it.
I would too. I'd love to see it for Bill Kemmler and Dr. Jamil Brooks, all of the candidates that they've had on their show.
Bill would probably
Um,
get more votes if he wasn't an Eagles fan.
uh, I want to visit something that happened on the last time that Matt was on the show. And I'm glad you brought up sports, Zach, because
I know
Matt
exactly. Yeah.
Matt and I made a bet that if the Falcons won, well, let's just say whichever team won both of the games in the season against each other, because the Falcons and Tampa Bay play twice. That if Tampa Bay won both games, I would adorn a Tampa Bay jersey. It'd have to be it would have to be a Gronkowski jersey. I'd have to go back and get a Gronkowski jersey.
Oh, dude, you wouldn't get a Brady one?
Uh-uh.
Why?
I you know,
Gronk
I've
eats rocks. I'm pretty sure you can.
I've never been a huge Tom Brady. I won't discount his talent, but
It's the best quarterback that's ever existed
yeah, I think Pat
outside of the one
Mahomes.
true God, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen has been
You have fucked my whole season by taking Josh Allen. By the way.
Josh Allen has
And
been
I have Patrick
subdued.
Mahomes, and you fucked
Yeah.
my season. It's not even just a talent thing. Josh Allen's better than Patrick Mahomes. I'll tell you that all day long. But it was the mojo because I have Amari Cooper, who's now a Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Barrett.
Sorry.
Unless you want to trade. I just want my mojo.
I'm gonna keep Josh Allen. You know,
Son of a bitch.
I'm not saying that there can't be some sort of a, obviously my season is
I'll give
not
you
going great.
Njoku and Njoku's a great tight end. Just got me 16 points. Njoku and Patty Mahomes if you just give me Josh Allen back.
Dang. That's an interesting. You know what? We'll discuss that one. We'll discuss that one outside of the recording. Because I don't need anybody from our league seeing this and being like, stuff was going on.
That's
I mean,
no,
we
that
we
is
don't play.
perfectly on the up and up. You're allowed to
It-
make trades.
You are correct, and we don't play with that guy anymore.
Yeah, have you seen the league? You're absolutely allowed to make trades. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. So just to recap, so Matt and I made a bet, and that bet included that if the Falcons won, he would adorn a Falcons jersey, and after the election, he would have to change his profile picture until the end of the season. And if the Bucks won both games, then I would change my profile picture for the rest of the season. And as of this weekend, the Falcons held on to their second victory, which means that Mr. Matt Villardo, Matt V.
Oh my God, make him get your
4SC.com.
quarterback's jersey because he sucks.
I'm not making anybody buy a jersey. I will pick the appropriate jersry.
No, who's your quarterback? He has to get that guy.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but I'm not going to
Ooh.
make some. I'm not prepared to buy a Kirk Cousins jersey at this point. I'm not
he has to do what he
100%
wants.
in. Oh, all right, fair enough. I'll send you the
To be
link for
fair, you didn't make
jersey.
me buy one when I lost this bet.
Yeah, you wore the Matt Ryan jersey, and then Matt Ryan left.
Matty Ice is the vanilla envelope of quarterbacks. Too.
I mean, he'll get Hall of Fame for the Falcons. He'll be in that
Yeah.
Falcons Hall
He
of Fame.
won a lot, but listen.
I think
Boston
he's
College needs to put a statue of him out there along with Luke Kuechly.
I don't disagree. And the high school that centered around the Goldbergs, because Matty Ice went to the Goldbergs high school. If
Oh,
you ever watched
really?
that show, yeah. In fact,
When they
Matt.
did?
Yeah, they had Matt Ryan. They had Matt Ryan on the show one time.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So
Oh, I was
yeah,
going to tell
so
you a cool voter story, by the way.
please,
Just because we always talk about,
that is our
I'm not,
segue back into the topic.
yeah, but we're not always like staunchly good ideas are good ideas and good people are good people. If they happen to be Republican, they will get my vote.
Yeah.
I ran into an individual I work with who was 20 plus years with Richland County, and he wanted to meet today. He's a bit higher up than I am, and I was like, why? And he was just to introduce himself, and so like we started talking, and I was like, we have a mutual friend, Leon Lott.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, we played softball together, and then we had him. I interviewed him, all this stuff, and he just gushed. He was like, that is one of the best men I know.
yeah.
And he goes, I want him to come where I live in South Carolina and be the sheriff over there. And he goes, well, Lexington will never elect a Democrat. And he goes, let me tell you this, Zach. He goes, I'm a lifelong Republican, but in '95 when he first came up, I voted for him, and I voted for Democratic. And I was like, he's on the same page. He goes, if it's a good person, it's a good idea. I was like,
Yeah.
I said, I'm a Democrat, but good ideas and good people are what it's about. The lines don't matter. And so it was someone that's a Republican that people just think if you're a Democrat, you hate Republicans. It's a vehement thing. It's genuinely not. And it was an awesome example of meeting someone today that thought the same way I thought. I will cross that line when someone else is there to represent
Yeah.
being good ideas or good people.
Because in the end, I don't vote on party line. I vote for the person that I believe is going to carry forward the progress or carry on with the issues that I think are important, as long as, we have the same ideas on those issues. It's not just a partisan. Democrats are the only ones that can get things done.
No.
Especially at a local level, like, for the most part, I think that's why, for town positions, if it's county council or like, I would fully support them being nonpartisan position. Like I don't need to know whether you're a Democrat or Republican to be the mayor of West Columbia. I don't know what Tim Miles's political affiliation is or what party he belongs to. I have zero idea on that, and I don't need to know. I just know
Right.
that if I lived in the town of West Columbia, that Tim Miles probably would have my vote, because I think that he's done well as the mayor, and he has worked very well with the other council members that have been elected to the seats there. So, I don't. It's not always about party affiliation. If it's a good person, it's a good person. I also recognize that in some cases it's just good to have the affiliation, that there is a benefit to being a Democrat in Richland County or a Republican in Lexington County. I can't fault anybody for that.
Well, and the scales will tip. I'm a Democrat because I do believe the majority of Democrats that I come across have those better ideas, are the kind of people I want to associate with and have lead my community.
Yeah. No, I
and that's just like
absolutely agree.
Yeah, it's not to say there's things about Republicans that I enjoy, but I also believe that there are times where they would get rid of minimum wage if they could.
Yep.
That they would get rid of Medicare, and they would privatize it and give it to insurance companies. That they're out to make a profit and not tax the rich. There's just so much of that shit.
Yeah, totally agree. So real quick, we're not going to make this episode very long because this is sort of one of those shorts episodes. I do want to share because I think this is kind of exciting. South Carolina, we have almost seen, and this may not even be the right screen. It isn't. This is what I do. I find some way to muck it up. Let me see. Where's my
What's your spreadsheet say, sir?
Here we go. This is the one that I wanted to show. So, as you can see, the voting totals here for South Carolina as of yesterday's close. So these came out this morning. South Carolina is on the verge of hitting 1 million early voters, and unless for some
How big
reason,
of that does it blow out the past record?
so I would have to go back and look, and maybe when we record next week, I'll have that information. Of course, we'll be past the election, so it won't be important. I'll just say we are probably somewhere in the 1/3 to maybe 1/2 of voters from 2022. I think we're probably upwards. We're past the third mark on the 2020 election, because there's only 3.5 million voters in South Carolina. So to be
It's
approaching
freaking
a million,
awesome. Yeah.
it's huge. Here in Lexington County, the numbers aren't as high, which I think is, we've seen 54,000 people vote in Lexington County. That isn't as high as York County. York County is almost a 70. And I just
The
think that these
collective good
numbers
coming from this has got to be
Yeah.
exponential.
Yeah. I think that it is indicative of a good turnout for the election, and regardless of how people vote, I just want them to vote. That's ultimately that's the biggest thing to me is people vote, everyone turn out, do your civic duty and vote. That's
I also want to mention this real quick, and we'll talk about it on the next episode because this just reminded me of it. Sorry, Barrett. How hard Donald Trump stepped on his own balls or his campaign, getting Tony Hinchcliffe to run your fucking one of your rallies.
See, and let me just say this about Tony Hinchcliffe. I think Tony Hinchcliffe is not an unfunny comedian. He is.
No, he's very funny. You asked the dog to be a dog, or
Yeah.
a dog to be a cat. Like, what did you expect him to do?
I think the fault of the Trump campaign is the fact that they had him come in there and he did what he does. He's just he's just that type of comedian. I think the fact that Trump's campaign loaded his monologue into the teleprompters and only said he couldn't call Kamala Harris the C word
And he didn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't do that joke.
He just
but
took it on to the Puerto Ricans.
everything that he said was approved by Donald Trump's campaign. And the fact that Donald Trump, and it's too late now, but the fact that Donald Trump didn't come out and say anything about, like, his campaign came out and tried to distance themselves from it, but Donald Trump himself should have come out and said something. But I guarantee you, Donald Trump thought it was funny because he thought it was true. Donald Trump has had an issue with Puerto Rico for decades. He's never had a golf resort built there. He doesn't have a hotel in Puerto Rico. And I don't know if that's because of things that have occurred in the government with Puerto Rico not wanting Donald Trump there. But ultimately, I think that what the comedian said is a reflection of probably what Donald Trump actually thinks about Puerto Ricans.
And make no bones about it, Donald Trump does not have a funny bone in his fucking body. He
No.
just took it as face value. Like, that's true. All of that stuff is true.
Islands float.
I don't know. Is it really garbage? It's actually garbage. Like,
Is that
they
why?
walk
Is
on
that
it?
why that? Is that why they have earthquakes daily? Is because of the shifting garbage?
I mean, dude, that was just like, how fucking stupid can you be? He's a roast comedian. If you've ever watched Kill Tony, he has contestants that he destroys.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is all he does, and he's great at it. And he just bodied half of your voter, or whatever you want to call the
Potential
quantity
voters.
of it.
Yeah, I think he
Basically, an
successfully
entire
handed
state.
Pennsylvania.
He just, yeah,
Successfully handed Pennsylvania to Kamala Harris. That's potentially 500,000 people, registered Puerto Rican registered voters.
the whole country of Puerto Rico can vote. You
The
just
state or the territory. Yeah.
territory. It's a
Yeah.
country. Puerto Rico is its own, like, it's part of the U.S. It's a territory. So
Yeah.
I'm going to call Puerto Rico their country because they are. But not only that, the Puerto Ricans who live here, and they're proud. You see their flag hanging from the rearview mirrors.
Yeah.
So
of
you
course.
know, I love Puerto Ricans. Claudio Sanchez, Puerto Rican. Love it. It's just the dumbest move somebody could have made.
Yeah.
He's literally
Yeah.
playing checkers,
Yeah.
and the chess rules apply.
Yeah. It's again, I don't think Donald Trump wants to be president. I think he just wants to get out of going to jail.
I think coked up Don Jr. loves fucking Kill Tony and did not take it easy on the bumps before deciding that was a great idea.
I suspect that is probably true. That is probably true. Well,
no, Dad, you should totally get him.
I think the message from Zach and I is that between now and election day, vote early. If you're not going to vote early, then vote on election day and make sure you have a plan for voting on election day, because I think the temperatures are going to be going up across the country, and depending on how the election turns out, be prepared. I don't know what for, but just be prepared. Just stay safe.
And we can only alter the weather so much.
I'll just say this one last thing. If you haven't seen it yet, on YouTube, Jordan Klepper did a special where he took some celebrities to some Trump rallies, and then he took Trump rally Tony, or whatever his name is, Tom, and took him to a Kamala Harris rally, and it was very entertaining, but it was interesting to see that where the Trump, he'd been to 93 or 94 Trump rallies previously, but it was interesting to see the effect that going to a Harris campaign rally had on him, which was, this isn't what I've heard. This is obviously high energy. This is obviously a packed arena.
No one said the N-word once.
Yeah. Nobody's leaving early. So it was interesting to see. And Jordan Klepper is a comedic genius. Like he's extremely quick. I don't know how much of that was scripted, but it played very well. John Lennon was fantastic. Just fantastic.
Well, I'll close this out, Barrett. In case I don't see you. Good evening. God damn it, I messed it up already.
Yeah, so I'll do the regular close. That's going to do it for special episode number 70. Links to past episodes, podcast platforms, merchandise, social media are available on your webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. And if you think our financial model of giving away free content and entertainment is silly and you're in the giving mood, why not become an official Nothinger by supporting the show monthly? Members get early access to this episode as well as exclusive content, or you can make one-time donation through the same link. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can. What? Because I didn't fuck that up. You didn't,
and you sound like the guy at the end of this pill may cause diarrhea, dick plug, fucking anal warts.
If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533, or you can email the show at theallaboutnothing.com, or you can join our Discord server. Links available at theallaboutnothing.com. That is going to do it for me and Zach. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the All About Nothing podcast. I hope you come back and we'll do it. We're on Twitch and we are on YouTube and Facebook. And yeah,
you all stay safe. Have a great week and
keep your hands to yourself, please.
All right, sir. Go handle your business.
All right, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to rush us. She was on the way home early. So
Julie just sent me a message and said dinner's ready.